Azure model is an instructional system or guideline that teachers can use to develop lesson plans which integrate the use of technology and media. The Azure model places its focus on the learner and the overall outcome of accomplishing learning objectives. And it's a cycle process. It does not end on the learners. Instead, it is a continual development of teaching methods and styles. There is also giving importance to the techniques and methods used. There should be a continual improvement of teaching styles and strategies. The Azure model has 6 steps, each represented by a letter in the acronym title, with each step describing a set of tasks central to the informed selection and use of educational technology. The Azure acronym stands for these important components. 1 is analyze learners, 2 is state objectives, 3 is select methods, media, and materials, 4 is utilize methods, media, and materials, 5 is require learners and participation, 6 is evaluate and revise. The first steps in the Azure model is to analyze learners. To analyze the learners, you must examine the learner in detail. Like most things, without taking the time in the beginning to examine the learner, nothing you have prepared will be effective. As part of analyzing your learners, you must identify your audience. Your audience can be students, teachers, group members, and organization, and youth group among many others. 2 is stated objectives, are statements describing what the learner will do as a result of instruction. In other words, objectives are the learner outcomes. That is, what will be the students will learn from the lesson. In order to develop proper objectives, you must frame them in terms of desired behavior. 3 steps of Azure model. 1, you know your audience and have a clear idea of what they should get out of the lesson. Then it is a time to select the appropriate method for the given learning task. Select available materials, modify existing materials, or design new materials to help accomplish this task. 4 steps. The utilize methods, media, and materials step is where you develop your plan for implementing your media and materials. For each type of media or materials, the teacher selects and describes in how they are going to implement the media into your lesson to help your learners meet the lesson's objectives. 5 is the require learner participation steps. Require you to describe how you are going to get each learner actively and individually involved in the lesson. Students learn best when they are actively involved in the learning experience. Whatever your teaching strategy, be sure to incorporate questions and answers discussions, group work, hands-on activities, and other ways of getting students actively involved in the learning of the content. 6 is all learning strategies are work in progress. Due to the fact that technology and learner needs are always evolving, thus, the final steps in the Azure model is to evaluate and revise your blended learning strategy to ensure that is beneficial as possible.